Thank you guys for tuning in to another segment of the Sit Down with Malik Wright presented by First Star Logistics. On this segment, Daniel has a statement that he needs to make about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Daniel, take it away.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are the most overrated team in the NFL. And I say that with bold confidence. And the reason why is you have the outside noise and you have people talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and looking directly at their record saying that they are a shoo-in for the playoffs, saying that they are, among the most competitive teams in the NFL. And that's exactly what they are. They are competitive under Mike Tomlin, but they are nothing of the elite. They are nothing of the great. If anything, they are slightly below average. They are not a great football team. They're a team that scrapes by with the skin of their teeth. Like you look at most of their wins, wins against the Packers, wins against the Rams. Every one of their wins was by single digits. Every single one of them. And I'm not going to take away from what they're doing. They're putting out a competitive football team, but let's really lower our expectations. With Kenny Pickett at the helm, with Matt Canada running the offense, their offense will never be elite. It is an offense where it's catered towards not having Kenny Pickett make mistakes, right? It's letting Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, and a very mediocre offense be decent. They are the 23rd ranked offense in the entire NFL. And you look at the pace of their play, they play so slow. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are, in my opinion, an average football team with a quarterback that hasn't proven himself, a quarterback that he can do it. He's average. And that's the way I look at this team. They've got a couple stars, TJ Watt, but when I look at this offense doesn't have any push to it. They haven't, gone out there and beat any true contenders. This team's average, man. And I just hate people saying that, they're a shoo-in for the playoffs. They can make serious noise. No, this team cannot make serious noise. And I am of the belief that Mike Tomlin should be on the hot seat at some point because he's just feeling out an average football team. So
Yeah, I think that there some stuff you said there does make sense, but I also think that I think both things can be true. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, saying that they're the most overrated team in the NFL, I think is wrong. I think maybe saying that the most overrated 6-win team in the league, maybe that's something I can kind of get behind, I would say. However, I will say they're playing who's in front of them. What
yeah,
I see right now versus what you see, I think is a little bit different. I see a team that, albeit their quarterback is not a game changer, their quarterback is not elite. I see a 10-win team in front of me. I see a 10-win team in front of me right now. And I say that with confidence as well, myself. And I say that because you have to look at the Pittsburgh Steelers in this light. They are the beneficiary of an easier schedule down the stretch, I would say. They play the Bengals twice without Burrow. So the Burrow is Bengals twice. Both of those could result in wins for them. That's just being realistic here. Um, it was a tough matchup for Joe Burrow when he was in there, but even with Jake Browning in there at quarterback now, gotta believe the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to present some problems. The only thing really holding this team back, I would say, is a consistent offense. Now it seems like they found some type of juice with Jalen Warren, who they should have went to much earlier in the season, and they're a little bit late to the party, but that's all right. But let's talk about who they have on their schedule besides the Bengals. They have the Cardinals. Now, if that was in Arizona, I would say, I would say, hey, Arizona could pull that one out, but it's in Pittsburgh. Who are we kidding? They're not beating Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. They have the Patriots. Again, if that was in New England, I would say maybe New England pulls that one, but where's it at? It's in Pittsburgh. They have the Colts. I don't care where that game is. I'm taking the Steelers to win that game. Now, their last two, Seahawks, winnable game. Ravens. I got to think the Ravens are going to get that one back, right? But even in light, let's say that right now. Right now, they're sitting at 6-4. Beating the Cardinals, 7-4. Beating the Patriots, 8-4. Beating the Colts, 9-4. They got to just beat the Bengals once. They got to beat the Bengals or beat the Seahawks. And then you're a 10-win team. And now we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers once again finding their way into the playoffs. And that's what I see right now.
Yeah.
I see a team that is the beneficiary of a schedule down the stretch. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to pull the Drewski. Yeah, I can't be mad at them. I can't. You can only play who's in front of you.
Yeah.
That being said, I do think they have some quarterback questions to solve at the end of the season. I think they have some offensive coordinator questions to solve at the end of the season. The fact of the matter is, Kenny Pickett is what, 25 years old?
Yeah.
He ain't getting better, right? There's not too much more growing he could do at the quarterback position. This guy was an elder statesman in college, and it took him until his last year to finally dominate the competition, if you want to call it that, because there were still some games he drew through some blanks. The fact of the matter is, this Steelers team can still win under Mike Tomlin. The Steelers team can make a lot of noise. I just think they have to figure out their offensive coordinator, quarterback situation. I do think for the time being, for this year, I think Kenny Pickett might get the Pittsburgh Steelers into the playoffs, though.
Yeah, and that's my concern for Steelers fans, because I don't want them to be okay with being average. And that's what I just see with this team, and I think it's going to give them a false sense of reality. We saw this a couple years ago. They had 11, 12 wins, went to the playoffs, lost to the Chiefs. That's my concern for Steelers fans is, hey, you're going to win 10 games, 11 games, get into the playoffs, lose a game, and then run it right back with.
But my next thing is, why is that your concern about them?
Yeah.
Being complacent or not being complacent. Listen, that's the right of the fan, I would say. A fan is going to defend their quarterback. I have Commanders fans in my DMs. I have Commanders fans chirping at me, all because I said Sam Howell wasn't good. Now this guy has 12 interceptions on the season, and they get quiet when that happens. Like, the fact of the matter is, teams are going to stick by their quarterback. When Ryan Tannehill was sucking for the Titans fans stuck by him. Kenny Pickett is sucking for the Steelers fans stick by him, because you're going to do that. That's the thing that makes fandom great. That's what makes it great. If they want to deal with mediocrity, they can deal with that. The way I see it, the last couple of years of Ben Roethlisberger was mediocrity for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? But it didn't stop them from supporting their team. It didn't stop them from supporting their quarterback. And I'm not going at you here. I'm just saying, though, we can't expect anything different from Pittsburgh Steelers fans. They're going to defend their guy. They're going to believe in their guy. They're going to want to cheer on their guy, and they're going to look for every ounce of crumb of motivation to say, you know what, our guy Kenny Pickett can lead us to the promised land, even though you and I both know that ain't the truth.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not in the business of convincing people. I'm not trying to convince you Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I can only just tell you what I see, whether you care or not, whether you want to take me up on what I'm saying or not. The fact of the matter is, I never said the Pittsburgh Steelers weren't a good football team. I have a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. I have a lot of respect for that football team. What I said was, in the videos in the past, I said Kenny Pickett is not elite and he'll never be elite. Hopefully now, with it being, week 11 has just passed us by. He's had a ridiculous amount of starts under him now at this point. Hopefully you now see what I was referring to. That is not a shot at the Steelers. Not to say the Steelers can't do anything or can't make noise. I just don't think that the elite quarterback that Steelers fans made him out to be when he first was drafted, or the potential of an elite quarterback that they made him out to be before he was drafted, is going to come to fruition. That's just my thoughts. The fact of the matter is, there's more meat on the bone for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. And this offseason, I expect Mike Tomlin to exercise every single effort to try to get it corrected. But if you like more video content like this, let us know down in the comment section what you think. Do you think that the Pittsburgh Steelers can make some noise in the playoffs? Do you think Kenny Pickett is the answer for the Pittsburgh Steelers? I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. But let us know down in the comment section. You like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live.